the homie. Boy, they got a cold game. Look, hey, let me show y'all some of these medical reports. Look what, these was my transition aftercare information Department of Social Services. So they want to milk my health insurance some more. Aftercare follow-up appointment. You were scheduled to, they have recommend me to be JPS partial hospitalization program. So they still want me partially hospitalized, y'all. And ain't no judge. I mean, and my lawyer, the white woman lawyer that they sent to me while I was full of drugs, her first words to me that we're gonna waive the hearing. So I was like, man, waive the hearing? Well, but I'm full of drugs. Well, if you're my lawyer, I guess I trust that you know what's best. And from the time I got in there, they say do what the lawyer say do and do what the doctor say do. So they programming you all the way through to submit and just go along and don't challenge, because if you challenge, you might stay longer. And then they don't tell you that you can go get your own private doctor and go to your own private hospital, because they don't even notify you of your patient's rights. They just fill you up with drugs. Wow, man, I can't believe this happens in America. So then they want my appointment date 10/3 at 18 at 8 o'clock, but then Pam will call. Hey, we got somebody to come pick you up. More money involved. So then here go the key warning signs. This is the scary part. These motherfuckers is dangerous, y'all. And they are government and our black leaders and our black officials and the police chiefs and our police officers. They did it with smiles on their faces. Xerox twins. Here are the key warning signs that they gave me, and I never had these signs before ever in my life. It is important to communicate how you are doing after discharge from the hospital. Well, why didn't y'all tell me this upon this before give me the drug? Please tell your follow-up appointment provider about any of the symptoms below. Now here we go, y'all. Brace yourself. This is what they doing. The same people, man. Golly. Sleeping too much or too little. Destructive behavior. Oh, let me start over. What? Goddamn, man, I ain't never had no destructive behavior. So now, the key warning signs is what they telling me to watch out for, y'all. But they want me to keep taking this medicine. They give me these signs. Key warning signs. It is important to communicate how you are doing after discharge from the hospital. Please tell your follow-up appointment provider about any of these symptoms below. Sleeping too much or too little. This is from the medication they say is best for your interest. Destructive behavior. Racing thoughts. Isolating yourself. Problems with taking medication as prescribed. Feeling overwhelmed, loss of interest, feeling angry all the time, using drugs and alcohol, and feeling like you're being watched or told to do bad things. Stay safe. Go to your follow-up care appointments. Write in a journal. Start small changes in your daily life when you are ready. Participate in or join a support group. And they even have a slot right here where it says injection appointment. So boy, you flip these papers, man, they give you all this stuff. They give you all this paperwork, man. But they just fill you up with dope. And they don't tell you none of these side effects prior of giving you these drugs. I mean, they don't tell you any of this stuff. As a matter of fact, if you refuse it, you will be forcefully shot up by way of injection. Boy, they playing a dangerous game with our lives. Not just with our lives. They fucked up and let me get the experience of mental health and how they are taking Americans. How they are taking Americans. So let me show y'all something. It says right here, these are the Patient Bill of Rights. Your right to know your rights, which they don't never tell you your rights. You have the right So they done already admitted you saying you're mentally competent. They want you to understand this. You have the right under the rules by which this hospital is licensed to be given a copy of these rights before you admit it to the hospital as a patient. If you so desire, a copy should be given to the person of your choice if a guardian has been appointed. You also have these rights explained to you aloud in simple terms, and they don't do that. Can't understand within 24 hours of being admitted. I didn't get that. I did not get that. You have the right to be told about disability rights in Texas. I didn't get that, and I'm a disabled person. When you first enter the hospital and when you leave, I didn't get that either. It's you have the rights. Let's see, you have all the rights of a citizen of the state of Texas and the United States of America. Hold on, man. God damn it, man. Shit. What happened to? Hold on, man. It says right here, y'all. Now y'all see it. The drugs still starting to wear off, so I can now starting to comprehend. You have all the rights of a citizen of the state of Texas and the United States of America, including the right of habeas corpus to ask a judge if it is legal for you to be kept in a hospital. But I was kept there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I was told by the lawyer late Sunday after 5 days full of drugs to waive the hearing to see a judge. Boy, that's cold. Boy, that's cold. Then number 2, it says you have the right to be presumed mentally competent unless a court has ruled otherwise. So that's why they falsely arrested me for the broken tail light, y'all. Boy, they got to be stupid. They must don't even know these rights. Stupid motherfucking greedy savage Peckerwood, but they think we stupid. Gina Bivens and Mayor Price and Joel Fitzgerald and all y'all. It says you have the right to a clean and humane environment in which you are protected from harm, have privacy with regards to personal need, and are treated with respect and dignity. That's false. The place was full of shit. Human feces that people were sitting in with big fruit flies or shit flies. They didn't think I was gonna bounce back, Kendra Michelle. You have the right to appropriate treatment in the least restrictive, appropriate setting environment. My liberty was taken away from me. This is a setting that provides you with the highest likelihood for improvement, and that is not more restrictive of your physical or social liberties than is necessary for the most physical or social liberties than is necessary for the most effective treatment and for protection against any dangers which you may pose to yourself or others. There was no evidence that I posed a danger. You have the right to be free from mistreatment, abuse, neglect, and exploitation. Other people already knew I was in the hospital before my mother even knew I was in the hospital. You have the right to be told in advance of all estimated charges being made, the cost of services provided by the hospital, sources of the programs reimbursed, and any limitations on length of services known to the hospital. As part of this right, you should have the access to a detailed bill of services, the name of the individual at the facility to contact for any billing questions, and information about billing arrangements and available options if insurance benefits are exhausted or denied. That right was also denied of mine. You have the right to fair compensation for labor performed for the hospital. Don't even know what that was. That wasn't even explained to me. You have the right to be informed of those hospital rules and regulations concerning your conduct and course of treatment. They failed to follow that right given to me. You have the right to talk and write to people outside the hospital. That right was denied. You have the right to have visitors in private. That right was denied. Make private phone call and send and receive sealed and uncensored mail. In no case may your right to contact or be contacted by an attorney, department of courts of the state attorney general be limited, and no attorney could contact me for 2 days. This right includes a prohibition on barriers to communication imposed by a hospital. You have the right to keep and use your personal possessions. They denied that right. You have the right to have an opportunity for physical exercise. They gave me that right. You have the right to have access to appropriate areas of the hospital, away from the living unit. I was denied that right. They lied and said I tried to escape. Cold motherfucking Peckerwoods, Jack, with some niggas on they side. Them Bishop, them Doc, man, them Bishop Kirkland, boy, they some cold, sick motherfuckers too, boy. They got their hands in the pool pit pot and hands in the pool pit pussy. And they even got some of their dicks in the pool pit assholes. Faggot ass pastors. And they got, and all them Angelicos and all them motherfuckers stomping down with the police, go walk down them Peckerwoods neighborhoods with your guns, nigga. Impress us with that. Don't come through. We see niggas all the time with guns way bigger than y'all's, nigga. And y'all escorted by the police being safe, nigga. Nigga, y'all being safe. Malcolm and Martin them didn't have no escort by the police, nigga. Medgar Evans them, they didn't have no escort with the police, you old coward ass, nigga. You niggas holding hand with the men the same with the slave patrol that's getting your people and stomping down on your people. Y'all next. I'm just the baddest nigga. Y'all know how they always do the baddest slave on the plantation like they doing me. I'm the baddest nigga. The nigga with the biggest dick, the biggest mouth, the bravest heart, and the biggest balls, nigga. Yeah, 10 toes down with it, Jack. Yeah, didn't shed a tear going through that white boy's system. You have the right to receive treatment of any physical problem, and they were trying to fill you up with dope when they do that. So basically what I'm saying is none of these rights was explained to me before nor after. They got a cold game for us. They got a code, so anybody knowing attorneys that I can call, some strong other attorney, because these Negroes attorneys in this town ain't go buck this system. They all turn the blinds out. When I called Lisa Pamplin, boy, Lisa Pamplin wouldn't even answer my call just to tell me woman to man, black person to black person, boy, you done got yourself in some trouble that can't nobody get out. The woman told me, Lisa Pamplin, when I called her, she said, don't say nothing to the doctor and don't say nothing to nobody. I'll be down there. And so I went in following my so-called lawyer's advice, and it got me in worse trouble. And when I called her back to get some more guidance, the woman left me hanging, didn't even answer the phone. Called my mama and said, Miss White Charleston done got herself in some trouble. Didn't nobody try to come to fight for me but mama. No black motherfucker in this town, boy, dug deep down. There was a motherfucker called. There was some more. I ain't gonna discredit no other motherfucker who was shaking some trees trying to find out who I was. But the motherfucker that's gonna come down, take off of work, miss money, put a job on the line is your mama, black man. I don't even know if your woman to do it because you ain't been too good enough for you to do it. I know the black man in this town are weak, and the only way this happened to me is because the black elite and the black elders and all the black officials, your Mary Ellen Hicks and all them people turned the blinds eye. Your Christine Moss, your Gina Bivens, your Kelly Allen Grays, all them black people, your Eddie Griffin, you a coward, nigga, and you my first blood cousin, nigga, on my daddy's side. I'm glad I ain't never been connected to that side of the family. I'm glad I could never connect to my daddy's side of the family. I ain't never burned they blood. I got the white blood in me of the slave owners from my granddaddy, my mama's side. You niggas, Eddie Griffin, you a coward, nigga. You the chief's best friend. You his confidant. You his advisor, punk. But I was strong. I was strong. And I pray to God my dick come back long and long and long and long. Because I know that's what you bitches mad about. I like bragging on this dick. The white boy have always been after a nigga's dick. Him and his woman and his daughter. They crave that nigga's cum, that melon. They kidnap us for our organs. They want them in. I done had a white boy say, I just want you to fuck my wife, Charleston. Any of your politician. I'm gonna say his name in my book. I done fucked plenty of their wives. That's why they were running down here and they know it. I done fucked their wives. That's why they mad. Deborah McDaniels. That's why they mad. Them hoes was out, man. I used to get that dick hard. I used to play games with them. I used to bite half that, nibble a little bit of that Viagra so it won't be too hard. Just make it swell up like that ball hot link in the pot when it's ready, like it's about to bust. and had them slacks on with that motherfucker sitting over there damn near as long as my belt, and they watch that dick. Teach your sons to watch that peckerwood woman's eyes. They go always look down at that dick print. And I knew how to keep that dick out there on that like a worm on a hook. And they chased me all down off in the ghetto, bringing all kind of shit for they motherfucking ass. Even them old 80-something-year-old white bitches was wanting this dick. Yeah, that's why they want me, y'all. And y'all go let them get me. So fuck it. I done say, man, God say, mighty fact, let me tell y'all something. Motherfucker talking about, man, you need to be careful. Man, you keep your motherfucking ass out my face. I get out. Man, you go leave them white folks alone now? Hell no, nigga, I'm back even stronger. You leave alone, coward. When Dacian Steptoe killed Officer Garrett Hull, so that was really my claim to fame to the internet. Is when I was on Facebook and I became frustrated from working in the community, you know, black people started making feel like, man, you selling out, you pandering to the Republican Party. So, homie, I was real big in the Tarrant County GOP Republican Party, as well as the RPT Republican Party of Texas, as well as the National Republican Party. So, homie, I was a rock star amongst white people, and I had started using the word online. So I was transitioning from being clean cut, bow tie, shirt tail tucked in, to start growing a fro, my dreads. So I started using the word because I saw how offensive it was. So
ER or
NA. The word to a lot of people there's no difference than ER or A. It's the term. So that's probably one of the most powerful words in the English dictionary. One of the most powerful offensive word in the English dictionary. So I use that word as a tool to make white people uncomfortable, to make black people uncomfortable. So it's a very uncomfortable word. So nigga, I started out squabbling with white people because this before the Black Lives Matter movement just really took off. I quit squabbling with white people because niggas wasn't ready to die. Every police shooting, homie, I never seen a group of niggas that was ready to die. I noticed that we don't have no crash outs. The little white kid that killed Charlie Kirk, he a YN, but he a white YN. That's their crash out. The 19-year-old Dylan Roof, they got crash outs. So if you look at all the most recent mass shootings in the last 2 years, it's been young white boys who know how to operate guns to go kill people. So I said, man, I quit squabbling with white people, and here's why. Because when Dacian Steptoe killed Officer Garrett Hull, they executed him on the spot. So they hunted him all day long. He had been committing robberies. He had been robbing Mexican bars. And I was partnering with Fort Worth Police Department at the time with this new federal national initiative that they had that was called a 21st Century Community Policing. So they were doing a national initiative with this term called procedural justice, and procedural justice was supposed to make cops more empathetic, more sensitive to the struggles in the history of black people in our relationship. Well, the Fort Worth Police Department, obviously this is something officers had a pushback, and then the black community didn't want to get involved in it. So they used me to be a spearhead. So I bought into it, I believed in it. So during this time, Dacian Steptoe kills Officer Garrett Hull. They should have been arrested him, but they already had a warrant for him. So they followed him around all day long. Let me speed this story up. They followed him around all day long, watched him go into a bar, had undercover officers in the bar, and when they came in to rob, they put everybody's life in jeopardy rather than stopping them and going to the bar. So they allowed them to go into the bar, freeze, everybody get down. And then the police, freeze, it's the police. So Dacian ran out. Officer Garrett Hull chased him. In the process, he fired one shot and killed Officer Garrett Hull. So you got to think, I got homie at this time. I'm good friends with the president of the Fort Worth Police Officers Association, Rick Van Houten, Deputy Chief Ty Harris, Deputy Dean. I'm cool with Chief Joel Fitzgerald. So I'm having regular meetings with these top-ranking brass. So when this happened, I couldn't believe that the police would execute him and not bring him to justice. They killed him on the spot. So they didn't put him in handcuffs. They shot him in the foot. He had literature marks where they choked him. He was a little skinny nigga like me. They broke his arm in two, and they shot him in the chest because Officer Garrett Hull was their sergeant. He was the leader of the SWAT team, and they called him Rambo. He had spent 3 tours in Iraq, so he was a bad motherfucker in law enforcement world. So for Dacian to kill him, that was a blow to the SWAT team. So yeah, they killed Dacian. So I get a call from Dacian's stepdad, who's a good friend of mine, a guy by the name of Supreme. And they tell me what happened. They wouldn't let the mother or the father see the body. So I realized if you make the police mad, you kill a cop, kind of like what's going on now, you really don't have no rights. So rather than me continuing to align myself with the police because they wrong in this situation, I align myself with the family. When they had Officer Garrett Hull's funeral here in Fort Worth, Texas, tens of thousands of law enforcement from all over the country came here, but they was also threatening the family. The law enforcement, police like a gang, homie. You do something to them.
The biggest gang.
Yeah, so they was threatening the family. They threatened all the black preachers, and they wouldn't have, most people don't know the civil rights movement didn't come to Fort Worth, Texas. It came to Dallas. Dr. King had to sneak and come to Fort Worth. He couldn't openly come. So Fort Worth, Texas have never had a black civil rights movement. So the black people there are very subservient. They've never bucked white people in Fort Worth, other than a few street guys. So I started bucking. I started bucking, and I started going online promoting cop killing. But let me just say this. I had got into it with police during a city council meeting a week or 2 weeks before Officer Garrett Hull got killed. And I made a post online that I said, I pray in the name of Jesus that a Fort Worth police officer dies in the line of duty. And then I said, and then it was a councilwoman at the name by the name of Gina Bivens. I also made a public prayer in the name of Jesus that Councilwoman Gina Bivens have a heart attack. Both of those happened within 2 weeks.
Wow. Is this the viral when you're in the?
Yeah, just the time I was going to the city council with nigga on my shirt, hollering about I wish we can rape white women. So homie, I had already been bucking white people, but they know me. So it's like the straight A student all of a sudden just turned gangster, and they say, man, something happened to Charleston. So nigga, I'm bucking white people in a way.
When you said those two things and they happened, did people? I mean,
yeah. So let me tell you what happened. So when that happened, homie, I started calling downtown, I wasn't making threats, but I was saying, I called and told David Cook, who was the city manager of the city at the time, that I hope his daughter grow up and marry a well-hung black man who beat on her and have anal sex with her rough and real hard after you kick her ass and make her like it and lick her tears. So I was just calling down there because this is what I understand. My mouth is deadly. My words hurt just like punches. Nigga, I have a way of articulating words and delivering words to make you feel like I hit you. And it'll activate those kind of emotions. So I know that. I know that's a strength that I have in speech delivery. So I know how to use words as weapons. And it make other people respond to want to hurt me. So I'm calling downtown doing this. So then I'm going online, marking the death of Officer Garrett Hull. I'm marking his wife, his widow, his 2 children. So I'm doing just what I did to Charlie Kirk, but I did this to law enforcement. Just what I'm doing to Charlie Kirk, just what I did to King Von, Gilly Kid's son, I did the same thing to the Fort Worth Police Department. So they
cop was white?
Who?
The police officer was white?
Yeah, he was white, and he was killed by a black kid. Yeah, a gangster. He was a gangster. See, he went across the railroad tracks and was robbing Mexicans, the immigrants that can't call the police. So one day I get kidnapped by the police, and I call it kidnap because I got pulled. They watched me all day long. So up until that day, because of the rhetoric that I was using on social media and on Facebook and coming downtown with that same rhetoric, I was under constant surveillance from law enforcement because of my rhetoric had went from talking President Trump to nigger, kill white folks, rape white women, shoot white babies. They need to shoot. So, homie, I started praising school shootings. I started going downtown, yelling out during lunch hour that Timothy McVeigh is my hero, that I can't wait till we start raping white women. So you even hear me say that to our mayor, say, I came down here to do that because that's a form of fighting back. It's called uncivil disobedience. You can have civil disobedience, but I'm being uncivil, but I'm not breaking any laws because I'm not threatening. Yeah, cussing is a disorderly conduct. So my rhetoric had changed, homie. So they put me under surveillance, sat on me all day long. I was sitting at the classy lady. Decided to leave one day, and when I look up, I got a bunch of cars following me. So I make a right going toward Ramey. I get pulled over by undercover cars, the police. Now normally I could jump out the car and be like, man, what y'all pulled me over for? And at this time I was driving a 300 Chrysler, the 300 Chrysler M before they turned it into the Bentley style. So I had that Dodge Intrepid looking motherfucker. But it was like the Dukes of Hazzard. I had to reach outside the door to open the car door, but the windows didn't let down. So I had to open the car door and say, hey man, free, get back in the car. Nigga, this is something different, because they had never treated me like that before. So when they put me in the car, they said I was being arrested for a broken tail light. And I ain't gonna say his name, but one of the NPOs said, Charleston, you must have pissed somebody high up off. I said, man, you already know they are. So they took me to jail. And I called Lisa Pamplin, who's a very well-known attorney in the city. Hey, Lisa, man, I just got arrested. She said, for what, Blue? Because they called me Blue. I said, a broken tail light. She said, what? Her what alarmed me. She said, what? I said, yeah, man, a broken tail light. She said, man, don't say shit. I'm on my way. So this is where at times I talk too much. Before we hung up, I said, say, Lisa, whatever you do, don't let these motherfuckers Sandra blame me. So about 30 minutes later, the arresting officers, they all come back. But I've been in the holding tank for an hour or two. So when they come from the back, I'm saying, man, what these motherfuckers doing still here? But they got a stack of paperwork. They done went and got all my social media posts. Where nigga, we keep bragging about killing white men, kill police officers. They went and got all them social media posts. And they came to the door and said, come on, Charleston, let's go. I said, go where? The exact words, we transferred you to the mental asylum. And he had a smirk on his face. I said, man, you know I'm an arrogant nigga. Yeah, I'm a very egotistical nigga. So I walked out that motherfucker, man, y'all finna lose y'all motherfucking job. Y'all done fucked up. But before he transferred, before he said I was being transferred, he said I was being transferred under a Senate bill. And at the time, Sandra Bland had just died. So this is what most people don't know. They got a Sandra Bland Act. And it was called SB Senate Bill something, but I had never heard it before. So the Sandra Bland Act in the state of Texas, because she had a smart mouth, and they took her to jail, and she hung herself, as they say. So now the Sandra Bland Act gives the police power to take you to the hospital if he deemed necessary. So let me tell you the difference. You would much rather go to jail than the hospital, because the hospital you can be kept forever. You don't have no due process. So that's why our government is pushing mental health. That's why if the police come and you got a smart enough mouth, that's how they make you disappear. So they knew that, right? But none of us know about the Sandra Bland Act because it had just got passed. So black people was clapping for this act. So if they would have took Sandra Bland to a hospital, we would have never heard of her again, because it's called a civil commitment. They started practicing and doing this with child. See, they start using unjust laws on people who they think is deemed less than worthy of themselves, right? Black people. So they try this out on us first. So they started using civil commitments on child molesters who they think would get out and probably do it again. So they would be sentenced to 15 years. When it's time for them to come home in 15 years, they would send them to a civil court, and the court to say, man, we think you go again. You can't never be free. So they put you into a civil commitment. They can do that to the average human, but we don't know that, the average American. So our due process rights are taken. So I go to jail. From jail, you can look me up. Okay, we see he in jail. From jail to the mental hospital, you disappear. Because under the HIPAA laws, they can't release your mental